Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Clarissa Rodriguez, Chair of the New York State Workers' Compensation Board. Today's meeting is being webcast live for members of the public, and we're also accompanied by an ASL interpreter. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Now I have the honor of calling the 1022 meeting of the board of the full board to order. Madam Secretary, will you please call attendance?
Vice Chair Foster.
Here.
Board Member Higgins.
Here.
Board Member Loban.
Here.
Board Member Hull.
Here.
Board Member Osley.
Here.
Board Member Crane.
Here.
Board Member Stasko.
Here.
Board Member Tavares.
Here.
Board Member Caginelli.
Here.
Board Member Delam.
Here.
And Board Member Delgado.
Here.
Board Member Williams is absent today.
Okay. May I please have a motion to excuse the absence of Board Member Williams?
Madam Chair, Board Member Delan, and I move to accept the excuse of Board Member Williams.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second to the motion?
Yes, this is Board Member Linda Hall, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all in favor, board members, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, hearing no opposition, that motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Agenda item 1, approval of the May 16th, 2023 meeting minutes. You have all received a copy of the May 16th, 2023 meeting minutes for your review. Are there any questions or need for discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, is there a motion to accept the board meeting minutes for the month of May?
Yes, Madam Chair, Board Member Delan, and I move to accept the minutes of the May 16th meeting.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
This is Board Member Hall, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing none. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Hearing no opposition, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Agenda item 2, Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report. General Counsel Heather McMaster will now present the statistical and informational report for the month of May.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members. In May 2023, the Adjudication Division held 19,282 hearings. 12,572 cases were resolved at the hearing, and the Adjudication Division issued 402 reserved decisions. 2,408 waiver agreements were finalized. The Administrative Review Division received 1,182 applications. It processed 996, and the current applications pending are 5,285. In Legal Affairs, 127 full board review applications were received, 130 were processed, and there are currently pending 196 applications.
Okay, thank you. Board members, are there any questions or need for discussion? Okay, hearing none, may I please have a motion to accept the Office of General Counsel's Departmental Report?
I am Board Member Delan, and I move to accept the report of the General Counsel as presented.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
This is Board Member Hall, and I second that motion.
Thank you. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing none. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Agenda item 3, there are no licensing applications for the month of May. Legal appeals. Heather McMaster will now present the recommendations concerning decisions by the Appellate Division.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With respect to items 4A through 4M, it is the Office of General Counsel's recommendation to adopt the decisions of the court as the decisions of the board.
Okay, thank you, Heather. Board members, may I please have a motion to accept the recommendations of the Office of General Counsel?
Yes, Madam Chair, Board Member Delan, and I move to accept the recommendation of General Counsel.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
This is Board Member Hall, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing no opposition, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? No opposition. I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Agenda item 5, mandatory full board review. We have case 5A, the Brooklyn Hospital Center, case number G1374081. Is there a motion with respect to 5A on the agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair, this is Cancinelli, and I move that the unanimous decision be adopted by the full board.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Caginelli. Is there a second?
Yes, this is Board Member Hall, and I second that motion.
Thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? No opposition. I am also a yes. That motion is passed. Thank you, board members. Agenda item 6, there are no discretionary full board review cases to consider this month. Agenda item 7, is there any other business, board members? Okay, no other business. So we'll now move on to our guest speaker today, Missy Stewart, the Workers' Compensation Board's Public Information Officer, and she's here to give us a departmental report. Now, Missy has been the director of the Public Information Office at the board for several years. And as the head of the communications team, Missy works to promote the board's efforts to protect the rights of New York State workers and employers and raise awareness of the critical benefit programs administered by the board. Thank you very much for being here, Missy.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, board members, and guests. I'm happy to be here today, not just in my usual spot over there as board meeting observer, but to be able to talk with you about my area of the board, the Public Information Office. The Public Information Office is a group of 21 communications, training, and creative professionals who oversee board training and communications for staff and external stakeholders. Our external stakeholders include both workers' comp system participants who play a role in providing and administering critical benefits, as well as the members of the general public who use them. Among these are tens of thousands of injured workers and surviving family members, over 500,000 employers, more than 20,000 healthcare providers, and other system participants such as carriers, third-party administrators, attorneys, and more, all of whom rely on the board for critical education and information on board-administered benefits and related processes, regulations, and more. The Public Information Office works closely with all board units and is involved in almost every major project, in addition to managing internal communications. We ensure the board communicates to our stakeholders effectively, which means accurately, timely, and consistently, and that the board looks good while doing so. The PIO is made up of 3 key areas, which I'll tell you about now. Led by Pam Barnhart, our change management unit oversees outreach and training for board staff and our external stakeholders. Staff development oversees internal training, including mandated training from the Office of Employee Relations and the board, and they develop additional training and support aids to assist board employees with job functions and core skills. Our communications and outreach team is responsible for training and communicating with our external stakeholders. The team develops outward-facing board brochures, fact sheets, and other materials, creates and delivers presentations, hosts live webinars, conferences, and other events, helps create videos for social media, and manages our Gov Delivery email subscription service, which blasts updates to board subscribers and targeted stakeholders on the topics that they care about. They also help ensure public meetings such as this one are streamed to the public in a recording posted to the website. So shout out to Mike over there who was on the team doing that. Led by Andrea Sear, the board's PR and regulatory comms unit manages and monitors the board's interactions with the media. This includes press releases, press announcements, inquiries, and monitoring the media for mentions of the board and the New York State workers' comp system. The unit also oversees and develops content for the board's social media channels, which include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and coming soon, LinkedIn, as well as many of our internal communications, such as our monthly newsletter across the board. This team also manages the subject number process, which is the board's mechanism for announcing things such as emergency regulations and proposed or adopted amendments to the workers' comp law. Finally, our small but mighty graphics design unit, led by JP Munnin, is responsible for the look and feel of board communications. This includes everything from print publications, signage and displays, to digital materials such as our presentation templates, like the one I'm using right now, email templates, and WCB letterhead. JP and her team also source and develop images and graphics for the board's websites, social media, and the hub, and create custom logos or text treatments for various initiatives. So on the screen, I have a range of our projects and initiatives that we support, from supporting onboard with training, stakeholder engagement, web copy, and more. JP was also involved in developing the logo for onboard, to managing content for our websites. We oversee PFL and the WCB website from a content perspective. We deliver a steady stream of educational webinars. We host conferences. We draft organizational updates and support our executive team. We support programs like the board's telecommuting program. As an example, we're involved in the creation of the application for that, the training for it, the rollout of that. So that's just one example. And all of the guidelines and mandatory training for that, and so much more. Want to highlight just a bit of our recent work for you to give you a little deeper flavor of what we do. This spring, we created a new video series called Conversations with Clarissa to help staff get to know board leadership and learn about other units. Each episode, Clarissa interviews a team or project leader, and the interviews are casual but informative. So far, we featured Tim Purcell from the Office of Innovation, Juanita Perez-Williams from Integrated Services,
Integrated Services.
Dr. James Tachi from the MDO, and our advocate for injured workers, Joe Cavalcante. We're getting lots of great feedback on this series, which is no doubt attributable to Clarissa's interviewing skills, for sure. A recent highlight on the training side, this past fall, staff development worked with adjudication and other board bureau SMEs to refresh the comp claims referee training program, as the board brought on 15 new comp claims referees or workers' comp law judges. The project included working with the judges and attorneys to update and create dozens of videos and other content for those judges to use during their first month of onboarding. On the external engagement front, on May 1st of this year, International Workers' Day, the board hosted a free virtual conference for New York State workers advocates, featuring guest speakers from the Department of Labor, Office of New Americans, New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health, and more. The online interactive conference featured information and discussions on workers' rights, protections, and resources to help. This first of its kind event for the board was a success, with over 550 session attendees and more than 190 unique individual participants. PIO played a huge role in this conference, from event planning and coordination to communications and design, ultimately helping the board create a well-organized, polished event from start to finish. A few months ago, the chair spoke to this group about the board's diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, and PIO is proud to be partnering with the DEI unit and council to bring ideas to life. This has included working on implementation for various aspects of the DEI 5-year strategic plan, building a for DEI messaging and resources on the hub, our intranet. We recently created a staff video to celebrate Diversity Month, and we supported May's Mental Health Awareness Month events by promoting all the great work that Dapo and the team are doing to get people thinking about self-care. And finally, the last project I thought I would highlight is our work to build a better intranet. To facilitate communication and collaboration across and within board units and divisions, we've been working with the Office of Innovation to create new communication sites on the hub, where staff can learn more about other areas of the agencies, what they do, who the contacts are, and how to reach them and for what. This effort includes a new communication site for the Office of the Secretary and full board, where board staff can go to access recordings of past board meetings, see upcoming meeting dates, read bios of the full board members, as well as quotes that you gave us. Thank you for that. And learn how to contact the chair and what to do with executive correspondence. This and other communication sites are available from any page on the hub using the unit sites dropdown at the top of the menu. We'll be adding more units in the coming weeks and months and look forward to helping each area use their site to share news and information board-wide. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today about the Public Information Office. Before I close, I just want to direct you to some of our shared mailboxes as well as our social media handles. For any ideas or suggestions, whether that's on something communications can be doing or an idea on making a better board, we have a mailbox, the betterboard@wcb.ny.gov. If you or anyone wants to request webinars, education, publication materials, or other outreach, you write to outreach@wcb.ny.gov. For questions or requests related to board staff training, contact our staff development team at staffdevelopment@wcb.ny. For press inquiries, we have a mailbox, publicinfo@wcb.ny.gov. So if you ever receive a press inquiry, direct them our way. And lastly, if you're not already doing so, I highly encourage everyone to follow the board on social media using the handles that are on the screen, which are probably too small for you to read, but I will send them to you afterwards. So, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Missy, for that presentation and for all the great work that you and your team do for the board. All right, with that, board members, may I please have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
Hi, Madam Chair, I'm Board Member Delana, and I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Board Member Delan. Is there a second?
I'm Board Member Hall, and I second that motion.
Okay, thank you, Board Member Hall. Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, hearing none. Board members, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Hearing none. I am also a yes, that motion is passed. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.